174 meters tall, 300 meters across, blade tips at 320 kilometers per hour. The world's most powerful wind turbine is now online, and it's even more impressive than it sounds. Good morning. Welcome to Brightside Daily. I'm Rory, alongside Elizabeth.
And we've got a packed show today. 12 stories of genuine progress, from a turbine taller than a 58-story building to invisible RNA molecules that could change how we find cancer.
Plus a story from Bangladesh that shows what happens when someone reads the fine print in the right law at the right time.
And evidence that might finally settle one of the loudest debates in social policy.
Let's get into it. So here's a number that stopped me in my tracks this morning. 80 million. That's how many kilowatt hours of clean electricity one single wind turbine can produce in a year. China's Three Gorges Corporation has connected the world's first 20 megawatt offshore wind turbine to the grid. It's installed off the coast of Fujian province, and it started generating power on February the 5th. To give you a sense of scale, the hub sits at 174 meters. That's a 58-story building. The rotor diameter is 300 meters. When the blades complete one rotation, they sweep an area equal to 10 football fields. And at full speed, the blade tips travel at over 320 kilometers per hour.
Can I just say, those are genuinely insane numbers. But the engineering detail that I think deserves the headline? They made it 20% lighter than the industry average for its power class.
And that's the key bit, isn't it?
It's everything. Because that weight reduction meant they could use existing installation vessels. No new ships needed. No billion-pound infrastructure just to put the thing in the water. That's what makes it replicable.
80 million kilowatt hours, 44,000 homes powered by a single turbine, and a design template that could scale worldwide.
What happens when every offshore wind farm has these? That's the question I want answered next. Okay, this next story starts in 2018 with a single molecule, a small RNA called T3P, found in breast cancer tissue but completely absent from healthy tissue. Nobody knew what to make of it. 6 years later, that one molecule has led researchers to discover approximately 260,000 cancer-specific RNAs across 32 different tumor types. They're calling them oncRNAs, and they work like digital molecular barcodes.
Wait, 260,000? Across every cancer type?
Every single one they tested. And here's where it gets really exciting. Using machine learning, they built models that can identify cancer type from these RNA patterns with 90.9% accuracy. When they validated it on a completely separate group of 938 tumors, accuracy was still over 82%. But these aren't just passive markers. Some of them actively drive tumor growth. So they're not just useful for diagnosis, they're potential targets for treatment.
And they've already tested blood-based detection?
Nearly 200 breast cancer patients, the oncRNAs showed up in blood samples. If this scales to clinical use, we're talking about cancer screening as simple as a blood test.
From one mysterious molecule to a potential revolution in diagnostics. As the lead researcher put it, these patterns are the cancer's own fingerprints. We just didn't know how to read them until now. This next story is one of those quiet revolutions that changes everything for the people it touches. In Bangladesh's brothels and streets, children are born into a legal void. No birth certificate, no documentation, no proof they exist. Without paperwork, they can't go to school, access healthcare, or be protected from trafficking. They are, in every bureaucratic sense, invisible. This week, we learned that more than 700 of these children have received official birth certificates. For many, it's the first identity document of any kind.
And the way it happened is remarkable. A team at the Freedom Fund, an anti-slavery organization, discovered that a legal provision had existed since 2018, allowing birth registration without parental information. It was already law. Government officials just weren't enforcing it.
Khaleda Akhtar, the Freedom Fund's Bangladesh program manager, said something that stuck with me. She said, "These documents are not just a tool. It's about survival."
And the model is already being replicated in other regions. That's what makes this systemic. It's not a one-time rescue. It's a replicable legal strategy.
700 children, one overlooked clause, and a team that refused to accept. That's just how it is.
$1,000 to $3,000 a year. That's what every resident of Alaska receives through the permanent fund dividend. And for decades, critics have said the same thing. Give people money, they'll hurt themselves with it. An 11-year study just tested that claim. Published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, peer-reviewed, rigorous, population-level data.
And
Zero evidence that the payments increase traumatic injury or death. None. 11 years of data? The most persistent criticism of cash transfer programs just lost its evidence base.
I think what makes this study so powerful is the scale. This isn't a small pilot in one city. It's an entire state, over more than a decade, with a clear control comparison.
And the timing matters. Cash transfer programs are expanding across the United States and globally. This is exactly the kind of evidence policymakers need. Not anecdotes, not theories. 11 years of real-world data saying this fear is unfounded.
The numbers don't lie, even when the conventional wisdom does. Time for our rapid-fire round. 6 more stories you should know about.
China's clean energy capacity has officially surpassed fossil fuels, 51% clean. The world's largest emitter installed more solar in 2025 than every other country combined.
The wood stork has been removed from the US endangered species list after 40 years. From near extinction in 1984 to over 10,000 nesting pairs today. Proof that conservation works when you commit for the long haul.
Microsoft has matched 100% of its electricity consumption with renewable energy, hitting a goal set in 2020, even as AI drives surging demand.
New analysis confirms renewables will be cheaper than gas by 2028, even accounting for grid upgrades, storage, and transmission. The Clean Power Pathway would also create nearly 145,000 UK jobs.
The UK government has proposed a law requiring tech companies to remove non-consensual intimate images within 48 hours of a single report. No more contacting each platform individually.
And Chinese scientists have developed a method to mass-produce cancer-fighting immune cells from cord blood. If it scales, immunotherapy could go from costing tens of thousands per treatment to being accessible to millions. That's your Bright Side Daily for Thursday, February the 20th.
12 stories today, from a wind turbine taller than a skyscraper to 700 children who just became visible to the world.
If any of these stories resonated with you, consider sharing the episode with someone who could use a reminder that progress is happening, even when it doesn't make the front page.
Until tomorrow, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Rory. The world is moving forward. Sometimes you just have to know where to look.